Welcome to Madison City Channel's Know Your Candidates interviews, co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Dane County. I'm your interviewer, Joy Cardine, and I would like to introduce Charles Myadze, running for Alder in District 18. As we begin, I'd like you to give an opening statement to talk about the educational, vocational, and civic experience that you have, which qualifies you for this office, and why you're running for Alder.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters for actually having me here. Um, the reason why I'm running for re-election is that we on the north side here, we have made some significant progress, but we can't go back now. There's so much to be done. I've actually helped with tirelessly to get the body-worn camera pilot on the north side. I worked tirelessly also to bring our first implementation of the Ramish Farm housing, affordable housing on the north side. I've worked tirelessly as a union worker, steel worker of 904, great father of 3 wonderful children. And I'm here to actually move the north side forward because we can't go backwards.
What actions or programs would you support to enhance public safety in Madison? And in particular, what's your position on the use of body cameras by Madison police officers?
Like I said, I helped bring the body-worn cameras to the north side as a pilot. I love the fact that it's just a tool, but at the same time, we can have transparency, accountability, training purposes for our law enforcement officers. I believe that the body-worn camera is, like I said, is just a tool, but it definitely can bring bridge the gap between communities of color, and it definitely can bring about a lot of change in order to bring closer accountability with people of color and with law enforcement.
What do you see as the most important environmental issues the city needs to address? And what will your priorities for council action be on these issues?
Well, especially in my district here, one of the key places is the Cherokee Marsh area as far as environmental. And we have to ensure that we preserve the north side as far as making sure that these special places environmentally are kept preserved, making sure that we work together with other entities in order to assure that these places are preserved, and as far as making sure that I'm so nervous for this interview. Just to make sure that as a city council that we actually look at preserving that our spaces are.
What's your position on increasing the pay for alders?
Well, I voted it down on the Common Council before, and the reason why I voted it down was the simple fact of the matter is that there's people suffering from homelessness, inflation, and so forth. And when I took this public service job, I made sure that it wasn't about the money. It was about serving my district, serving our constituents, our residents of our city.
What, if anything, do you think the city should do to support economic development?
I believe that when I ran, I talked about land banking more. Land banking, buying a set of land so that the city can invest in it so they can have affordable housing on it. I believe that, like I said, the Ramish Farm was I was very instrumental in getting that project done and making sure that affordable housing comes to the north side. And it's about ensuring that we have housing so that we can have generational wealth for our future children and residents of our city. So I believe that the city should do more, not what kind of housing, but make sure that, the housing that we have is good for our city, with single family homes and so forth.
How do you see racial disparities impacting constituents in your district? And are there any actions the city should take to address those disparities?
Well, first, I must say that we have to do better as far as outreach. When we outreach people to see what their needs are, especially people of color, we can actually address those issues a lot easier. In the city, I believe that sometimes the loudest voices overwhelm everybody else. So therefore, communities of color sometimes their voices get drowned out. And I think that as a city, we need to do better outreach in doing that so that we can hear from the people of color to address the disparities issues, especially on the north side here. As far as food access, when you think about food access, there's only one place to shop, but everybody really goes to different locations, where there might be Woodman's, Pick and Save. So making sure that there's food access that everybody can shop at that's affordable. Housing wise, making sure that the city invests into affordable housing for the city.
What are the most critical issues that you see facing the people of your district, and what do you propose to address them?
So there's a lot. I've been a very strong proponent, very vocal about issues on the north side. We have to make sure that we have safe and affordable housing in this district. We have to make sure that our neighborhoods ensure that we have equity and access to city services. Protect the north side's environment, especially, like I said, the Cherokee March. Strengthen our families and neighborhoods by increasing access to youth programming, youth employment, health, and also child wellness. So those are some of my priorities and some of my goals I would like to have get done on the north side. Also, transportation has been one of the key things I've fought for, especially coming up with the BRT, making sure that it's going to be equitable on the north side for all residents.
And finally, what would you like to say to the viewing audience as we complete this interview?
The things that I've accomplished on the north side is that we cannot go backwards. Like I said, body-worn cameras should not just be the pilot on the north side, but actually should be with the whole city of Madison. As far as affordable housing, we must look at what kind of housing are we talking about and how is it being affordable, especially single family homes. We must ensure that we're actually hearing from voices of color as far as outreach, making sure we're doing the right kind of outreach that's for everybody. So I just want to thank the League of Women Voters for actually given me this opportunity. And yes, like I said, we can't go backwards. We must continue to move forward.
Thank you, Charles Myadze, for speaking with us, and thanks to our viewers for taking the time to know your candidates. I'd like to remind everyone that the primary election day is Tuesday, February 21st, and the general election is Tuesday, April 4th. As with every election, please vote. On behalf of Madison's City Channel and the League of Women Voters of Dane County, thank you for joining us.